What kind of relationship do you have with your money? Is it a relationship that feels mostly peaceful? Well, you feel supported, confident, and fairly clear about where things stand? Or is it a little more complicated? Like you care about it, but the conversations don't feel easy. Maybe you check in and then you walk away feeling more tense than you had before. Or maybe you put off those moments entirely because you know that might feel a little uncomfortable. Or maybe part of you already knows that you'd like that relationship to feel a little steadier and calmer, but you just don't know what to do. Well, if any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. The truth is, whether we think about it or not, we all already have a relationship with our money. And if we understand the relationship that we have, then improving it becomes much more achievable. So let's talk about how that relationship forms and how small intentional changes can help it feel more peaceful and confident over time. Money isn't just numbers, guys. It's something we interact with regularly. We make decisions around it. We make plans around it. Sometimes we avoid it. So if money only gets your attention when something feels urgent, that shapes the relationship. If every decision that you make brings second guessing, that shapes the relationship too. Most of us didn't choose these patterns intentionally. We learned them over time. The good news is, learned patterns can change. I recently read Morgan Housel's The Art of Spending Money, and one idea really stayed with me. He talks about how two people can spend the same amount of money, and one feels confident and at peace, while the other feels anxious or pressured. The difference between these two people isn't income, and it isn't intelligence. It's whether their money decisions reflected their values or someone else's expectations. That's not a budgeting issue. That's a relationship issue. So a healthier relationship with money means your money decisions reflect your values, dreams, and goals, not someone else's. A healthy relationship doesn't mean that you never feel uncertainty. It means that you check in and you don't avoid the relationship. You show up without dread. You understand where things stand, and you trust yourself to make thoughtful decisions. When the relationship feels calmer, trust replaces tension, and money shifts from something that feels heavy to something that feels safe and supportive. It becomes easier to show up and easier to make decisions that you feel good about. So here's the first thing I'd encourage you to do. If you want a healthier relationship with money, then create a regular money date. This idea comes from the book, The Art of Money by Barry Tesler. And I like it because it gives structure to something that many people avoid. So a money date is just a short, intentional appointment with you and your finances. Once a month, 10 to 15 minutes, the same time, same place each time. What happens? Maybe you open up your accounts. You notice where things stand and what's coming up. You don't have to accomplish something big in a money date. You're just consistently checking in. Because if you only engage with your money during stressful times, then money will always feel stressful to you. But if you meet with it regularly, guess what? Trust tends to develop. And over time, that really does blossom, just like any relationship. Trust is the key. So the second step builds directly on that money date. Get that down consistently, once a month, that habit. Then what do? If you sit down with your money and try to do everything at once on your list, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. So don't do that. Give each money date one clear focus. Examples might be you review your account balances just to stay oriented. That's it. Maybe another month, you look at your balance sheet and notice how things might have changed. A different month, you might revisit a financial goal and ask, does this still fit my life? When your date has a purpose, the relationship stays productive rather than exhausting. And over time, those focused check-ins really add up. And here's the third step. If you want to reduce second guessing, get clear about one place you're comfortable spending money on purpose. This looks different from everyone. For example, maybe buying organic produce or higher quality groceries is really important to you. So you're willing to spend a little more there and less elsewhere. Maybe that's more important than driving a luxury car, as long as your car is safe and reliable. So you choose intentionally what category makes you feel good, and that's where you focus to spend your money. Another example would be maybe you love spending money on travel or experiences with those that you care about. But buying the latest tech or upgrading your phone every year doesn't feel very necessary. So again, making those choices on your values and what makes you happy. None of these choices are right or wrong. We're not judging here. What matters is that you decide instead of feeling pulled in a dozen different directions because of what other people are doing. FOMO is your worst enemy here, guys. Morgan Housel talks about how quickly money becomes miserable when we start using other people's choices as our reference point. When we spend to keep up or because we think we should, that's when the money relationship becomes strained. A healthier relationship with money comes from alignment, not imitation. So when we started, I asked what kind of relationship you have with your money, whether it feels peaceful or a little complicated. What we've been talking about today isn't about changing everything at once. It's about creating a relationship that feels better by doing 3 very real things. Checking in regularly with a simple money date. Giving those check-ins one clear focus at a time. And deciding where you're comfortable spending. One category, so that your money reflects your life and not someone else's. That's how a relationship with money moves from feeling heavy or tense to feeling calmer, more supportive, and steadier. And if you ever want support building that kind of relationship with your money, that's exactly what we're here for. Please reach out.